Welcome back, fans, to the ECHL Insider. I am your host, Garrett Hunter. Glad that you are joining us for now another episode. What an action-packed weekend last week was, the first week of March, and boy did it start out crazy. Let's give you some scores from last week. We'll start in the Mountain Division, where it was the Kansas City Mavericks taking 2 out of 3 over their Mountain Division foe, the Tulsa Oilers. And with that, the Kansas City Mavericks are the first team to clinch the playoffs this season. Also, the Florida Everblades lost 2 out of 3 to their South Division foe, the South Carolina Stingrays, and now the Everblades are only 1 point ahead of the Orlando Solar Bears in the South Division. Finally, what a wild matchup it was between the Kalamazoo Wings and Newfoundland Growlers, that 3-game series. First game, a 4-0 blowout win for the Kalamazoo Wings, and after that I was pretty surprised, but it gets even more surprising. The second game, Newfoundland comes back with a 6-0 shutout of the Wings. So 2 back-to-back blowouts brings us to Sunday afternoon's matchup, where it was the Kalamazoo Wings with a 6-3 lopsided win over the Growlers. So very odd series, but the total goals in the series was close. Kalamazoo 10, Newfoundland 9, but 2 shutouts and very, very odd scores in just not close games, but a close series overall between Wings and Growlers. Well, let's get you to the top 5 games of the week as the playoff races definitely heating up. A lot of big games for a lot of teams this week as they make a lot of teams their journey to the Kelly Cup playoffs. The Indy Fuel and Kalamazoo Wings will meet at the Wings Event Center on Friday. The Wings are tied with the Comets for the 4th and final playoff spot in that Central Division, but they are 3 games ahead of the Comets as far as games played goes. That's very important to look at as well. Tied in points, but they've played 3 games fewer than the Comets. This game, though, will not be easy. Fuel, such a great team right now. They will look to, though, beat a very good Indy Fuel team. And at number 4, the Orlando Solar Bears and their much-heated rivalry with the Everblades will take place on Friday night. We mentioned it earlier, just 1 point separating these two teams right now, and Friday night's matchup will essentially be a 4-point swing in the South Division. So definitely a big game to look out for on Friday night if you are a fan of a South Division team. And at number 3, the Wheeling Nailers and Fort Wayne Comets will go at it on Friday. Wheeling has looked good so far. They're in second place in the Central Division. But as we mentioned, Fort Wayne tied with the Wings for that 4th and final playoff spot. So every game counts right now if you're the Fort Wayne Comets. And at number 2, we got the Kansas City Mavericks, who have clinched the playoffs, and the Allen Americans Friday and Saturday from the Credit Union of Texas Event Center. Really want to see, how do the Mavericks play this remaining 17 games? They've clinched the playoffs. They're the best team right now in the league. Are they going to continue that momentum, looking for a Brabham Cup, which is the regular season championship in the ECHL, or are they going to take their foot off the gas? I'd like to see the Mavericks keep pressing. I think that's how you should go into a postseason. You want to get that first spot in the Mountain Division. You want to get that Brabham Cup. I know people do call it the Brabham curse because a lot of teams now have not won the Kelly Cup after winning the Brabham Cup. The latest team to not do that was the Steelheads last season. So I don't believe in the Brabham curse. I think the Mavericks should just continue to press the rest of this season, get that Brabham Cup, get that first seed, get the first in the Western Conference. That's also important. So, but we'll see how their game plan is in the final 17 games of their regular season. And the top game of the week, the longest road trip in the ECHL, the Idaho Steelheads will visit the Newfoundland Growlers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just to give you a little bit of perspective on how long this road trip is, it is 4,106 miles from Boise, Idaho to St. John's, Newfoundland. If you were to drive that would take you 68 hours. That will be an 11-hour plane flight for those Steelheads. What a long trip it'll be. And time zone difference. That's something to think about. sleep-wise for the Steelheads. 4.5-hour time difference. Definitely a completely different area of North America to get acclimated to. But this is a great Growlers team. This is a great Steelheads team. So should be a great matchup, but definitely home ice advantage goes to the Growlers here. I think that could play a big role in this 3-game series, especially in later in the series with fatigue and tiredness on the Steelheads. Well, make sure to check out our fight of the week between the Ghost Pirates and Rush. Boy, was that a big scrap. Make sure to subscribe to our channel below, and we will keep you updated on the playoff race next week.
Price and then a late penalty. As Fleming now is going to fight. Fleming steps in. Riley Janelle against Joe Fleming standing up for his teammate. Fleming loses helmet but comes with some overhand rights for Janelle. Oh, and Fleming with a right that caught Janelle and dropped him to his knees. Joe Fleming, welcome back to the Ghost Pirates.